Okay, welcome back. I think Deven Choksey is with us, Managing Director at DRChoksey Finserv. Deven, good morning. Thanks for waiting. Appreciate you joining us. Uh, Deven, the story, of course, that we broke last evening is the GST rate cut and the specifics which the centre has proposed. I just want to make it clear that everything we are putting out is, of course, everything which the centre is proposing. The GST Council has to decide on it, and they're meeting, of course, early September 3rd and 4th. Your sort of top 3-4 ideas based off what we've been discussing, what you've seen we put out, Deven, what benefits the most, and where do you think stocks have upside?
Yeah, Prashant, good morning. Well, interestingly, I think we have been putting our focus on the discretionary spending, and probably I think we are more comfortable with auto ancillaries at this point of time. Believe that I think there is an inherent proposition for growth in this particular area of activity because of two factors. One, higher amount of disposable surplus in the hands of individuals, and also I think the lower interest cost, which is basically allowing people to spend money, I think, through the borrowings as far as I think the buying of the vehicle is concerned. And on the top of it, if one is getting the advantage of lower GST, particularly in the premium models of some of the four-wheelers, the OEMs, I believe that I think that could possibly be signaling the larger amount of profitability portion for some of these companies, because they will be assuming certain amount of pricing power due to the GST, I think, benefit available to them. So in my viewpoint, I think the business condition looks really which could possibly benefit more.
Okay. Hi, Deven. Good morning. Great to have you on the show today. So we've discussed a lot of GST, of course, but the other big event of the day, of course, is the Reliance AGM. And shareholders are, of course, going to watch out for a lot of announcements and perhaps look out for any cues or clues, if at all, in terms of more value unlocking, and maybe that Jio IPO, if at all we get any indications of that. So, Deven, let's do one thing. I think we've got Rima joining in with a quick synopsis, a quick heads up of what can be expected from a market perspective. And then we'll ask Deven about this talk. Rima.
So the AGM is always important because it sets the tone for the company's growth for the next year. And very often we've had big bang announcements. So what is it that the street expects? One, timeline on the Jio and the retail IPO. This was first mentioned by Mukesh Ambani in 2019. He said an IPO will happen in 5 years, but that was pushed back as the company is more focused on strengthening the business. Secondly, in the last AGM, Mr. Mukesh Ambani laid out an ambitious roadmap, doubling Reliance industry, by FY30. It also included doubling retail and Jio in the next 3 to 4 years. So how does the company get there? Then thirdly, on the new energy, because new energy is seen as the next big growth driver. So clarity on timelines, how much can it contribute to overall Reliance's financials, the earnings potential? Fourthly, expansion plans. The company is always big on expansion. So whether it's in retail in terms of fast fashion, quick commerce, in terms of the digital side of the business, whether it's on the space side, more than 40% of the subscribers are already on 5G. They have an ambitious plan of hitting 100 million broadband subscribers. And even on the pure O2C, the traditional business, the company has lined up massive capacity expansion. And finally, in terms of the stock price, it's up 14% in 2025, but it's still 11% below its 52-week high of 1551.
Okay, all right, Rima, thanks very much. Just a reminder, so the AGM kicks off at 2 o'clock today, and we'll be live with the coverage 1:30 onwards right here on CNBC-TV18. So all the perspective, all the views on the direction ahead of the company and its various businesses, all of that. So we go live 1:30 onwards. Deven, now you tell us, what's your call in terms of, any major announcements that you're watching out for, and of course, a view on the stock as well.
Yes, agree. Well, I believe that I think the important part here would be that you already have the consumer-facing businesses with about 50% contribution to the EBITDA, and balance 50% comes from the industrial businesses, including oil to gas and oil to chemical businesses and exploration businesses. So I think from a perspective of looking at the consumer-facing businesses separately getting listed, it's a good chance that one could possibly ask for that 25,000 crore worth of EBITDA in the retail business, 65,000 crore EBITDA in the Jio platform business, put together about 90,000 crore kind of a proposition against, I think, overall total EBITDA of around 175, 178,000 crore for the other businesses included together. I believe that I think this is one area where probably I think one would be very keenly looking at when they get listed. Should Geo platform get listed with even 5% dilution, assuming that about 10 lakh crore kind of a market cap they assume? I believe that I think this would be I think the largest listing that one could possibly go for at around 50,000 crore kind of a fundraise on 5% dilution. So in my viewpoint, I think this is going to be an interesting proposition, not only from the listing but also from attracting some of the large investors globally into this particular space. So really keen to look at some of these things unfolding. Along with, I think the AI implementation that they have been doing, which is giving them the advantage of implementing some of the businesses faster and giving them confidence to double the size in 3 to 4 years' time from now. That is what I think one is keenly looking at as to how they're implementing the AI part in each and every business vertical. So these are the two areas where I'm keenly observing some of the developments.
All right, Deven, thank you very much for joining us. Quicker conversation, but useful as always. And we'll have you back after the Reliance AGM. And of course, that's at about 1:30 today afternoon. We'll take a